Okay, guys, we're gonna start right now with nerd news, and it's I'd say it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff happening, guys. So first, we're gonna look today is the holiday special that is Guardians of the Galaxies.
Oh, yes.
Has anyone seen it? I have seen it.
I watched it.
Haven't seen it yet.
Not yet.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
no!
looking forward to it, but we gotta get the family together to do it. I'll get in trouble if I watch it without anyone. So
I feel
okay.
like I haven't really jumped on any holiday specials of anything yet.
It felt a little early for me, too, honestly. Like, I'm just
Yeah. I'm
Just
not
coming
one of those
down.
people that's like Thanksgiving over Christmas. I need like
right.
a few days to transition. You know?
I know. I'm still riding that Thanksgiving turkey wave, that wave of gravy. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
The wave
Yeah.
of gravy.
It's
The great-
Pretty good.
I need it to be at least December. So if you ask me next Monday, maybe.
I dove in big time over the weekend.
yeah,
To
me
Christmas?
too. I
Luke, can you bring up your mic?
Thanksgiving more and more the older I get. I'm ready from Halloween to like it's Christmas time for me. I could care less.
Yeah.
I'm like Hallmark. I'm just ready to rock and roll with it. So. My family hates it. They drive me crazy. Even the kids are like, it's a little early, Dad.
I'm all about Christmas. Right, the second like it's okay to be about Christmas. So, Luke, can you raise up your microphone? You're a little low.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I felt it was good. I mean, when you're gonna put it out there, you got to do it the day of Thanksgiving because that's just what it is. But I see what Scro is saying. I watched it. I thought it was good. It was a fun holiday special. I haven't heard anyone say holiday special since the Star Wars holiday special. So I feel like they're trying to make it like that to put you into the mindset. But this was much more positive experience than that one.
There's even an animated portion as well.
Yes, that's right.
Without giving anything away, there's that's a similarity between holiday specials.
How long
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it. It was fun. It was
I think it's about
under an hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
All right.
So yeah, it's fun.
yeah.
James Gunn said he was writing this one, the holiday special, and he was writing the next Guardian of the Galaxy at the same time. And he said the other one was like hit his head against the wall, and this one he would be like, he'd write out in 3 seconds. So, and I know how he feels. Sometimes he's writing a story or doing something, and that's just what it is. You have to fight for every inch of it, and then sometimes it just comes out like a song or whatever, right?
Well, I mean, it seemed like it was just something that was kind of like, I don't know, lighthearted and fun. That really was.
Way less pressure.
Yeah.
He knows if he messes this up, it's not going to be like, he's not going to have all the fans, coming down on him, being, very critical. Like the movie, I mean, there's going to be a lot of anticipation for that movie. People love those. I think the first two are really fun, and, they're good for sure.
And the
Isn't
other
he
one's
like going to take over the DC stuff now? Anyway, isn't that like isn't he like the head honcho over there?
I remember
don't
he
know.
did say that he was actually going to start taking over for DC. That's right. I forgot all about that. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know if he's scheduled to do anything else for Marvel. This might be his last hurrah with Marvel for a while. I don't know. But and I do imagine this third Guardians of the Galaxy movie is going to be probably the trickiest one just because he's got a lot of storyline. I don't know how much Chris Hemsworth is in it. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I'm curious if he's in it a lot because I
Is he confirmed to be in it?
Duke Samurai? This I don't know. Duke, this is live. Yes, look, it is live. It's happening now,
Hello.
Hey,
right in front of
Duke.
your eyes.
We
Did
are
Thor lose
live.
weight? I don't know. No idea. He may have.
Probably by now.
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
He's had some time.
that means he had to keep up the bulk for both movies if he's in both movies. So. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited. So yeah, we're gonna see about that. So definitely, guys, if you have not watched it, it's on Disney Plus. It's around 45 minutes long. It's a lot of fun. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Go check it out. I urge you. And if everyone here has watched it, we will review it next week and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive in this week at some point because it's the same thing. Like, I just want to make sure I get the whole family together to watch it. But I did dive into Christmas movies big time this weekend. I already
Nice.
knocked
What'd you
it off
watch?
the list. So, Friday came, and I brought all the boxes down from the attic and put the tree up, just bare tree up on Friday night. So while we were doing that, I had on the Lego Star Wars holiday special from a few years ago, which was good.
Cool.
Friday night, I watched Fat Man. Have you guys seen Fat Man?
No.
I love Fat Man. If you've never heard of it,
What?
That's the Mel Gibson
What
one.
is this?
so I love it. Yeah. So Mel Gibson plays like a gritty Santa Claus, and there's this kid, this spoiled, rotten rich kid who gets coal for Christmas, and he hires a hitman to go out and kill Santa Claus. It's great.
I've never heard of this movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's on Peacock if you guys have Peacock, but it's fantastic. So Saturday, then we watched Jingle All the Way. We watched Christmas
Classic.
Chronicles on Christmas Chronicles on Netflix. Then at night we watched 8-Bit Christmas on HBO Max.
Wow,
Which is
you really
another-
went all in.
Yeah.
I feel like Dan's house. They know what to watch and what not to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch Willow? Did it come out yet?
Willow's
This
out on
week,
Wednesday.
right? This
Yep.
week.
Definitely
Oh, yeah.
can't wait for it.
In
Definitely.
good news, I saw Black Adam and I loved it.
All
I know it
right.
came out like a month ago, but I saw it on Thanksgiving Eve. And at first I was kind of like, because I didn't know any backstory, I'm like, are we supposed to love or hate him? I'm not sure. And then I love him.
And now you're wearing black on this
'Cause
stream
I'm-
right now.
Yeah. Okay. I love.
Cool. I want to see that movie. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I thought it was really good. I
wanna
really
see it.
enjoyed it.
I want to see it too. We watched, we were looking for stuff to watch on Netflix or whatever, and after we watched that, or before we watched that, we watched this Lindsay Lohan movie for Christmas movie, which is basically Overboard, the movie Overboard in the 80s. It's
Great
just
movie.
That's a great movie. I like Overboard a lot. It was a lot of, it was a lot
Not
of
as
fun.
good with Lindsay Lohan.
No. No.
Wait, this
I
is
saw
a
she did
Christmas
like a
movie?
Netflix Christmas flick. I think Freddie Prinze has one out too. They got like a couple of them on Netflix right now. I haven't
So-
watched them yet.
It's basically like Netflix made a Hallmark movie that belongs on Hallmark, except it doesn't because it sucks. You know,
Oh man.
I mean,
Aw.
come on.
that's
Oh,
my.
really?
I'm giving you my review of it. my
Yeah,
opinion of it.
that's
But
yeah.
like, it's
Tough.
when you see it, it's like Hallmark movies. They can. I'm not saying Hallmark movies suck because I don't want to watch Hallmark movies as much as my wife does. But like they're good at shooting their own Hallmark movies and they have that flow to it and it's great. But Netflix did a Hallmark movie movie which does not hold a candle to a Hallmark movie because it's so basic. It's like
Really?
it doesn't. It can't even. You gotta see it. You gotta
Wow.
see it so you can unsee it.
All right, I'll look it up.
Now you're selling it to us. First,
I want you to
now you
experience
want
it.
us to watch it. Oh man, that's tough.
I want you to
I don't
experience
know.
it so you can unexperience it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I-
definitely check that one out, Tony. I like that.
That's not very nice.
It's just no good. No good.
I also
I'll
last
pass.
night. Last night I also watched the Christmas episode of Black Mirror called White Christmas. If you guys have never seen it, it's one of the best
I love
episodes
Black
of Black
Mirror.
Mirror out there. It's very, very good.
Is that
Awesome.
one? Is that
Good
one of the
show.
older ones?
Yeah, I think it's John Hamm is in it, and the actress who played Tonks in the Harry Potter series is in it. She's got a small part, but it's
Oh, good old Tonks.
good old Tonks. Yeah. It's like the
Tonks
episode's
and
like
memories.
a real, again, not your run of the mill Christmas stuff, but it's like a real mind bend. So it's a good episode if you guys are looking for something a little different in the Christmas
So,
arena.
what if someone is going to go home? Let's wrap the Christmas segment up right now. What if someone is going to go home and they're going to watch one Christmas movie of this season? What should that movie be? We'll start with whoever's ready first.
Elf. Always.
Elf.
Classic. How could you not?
Elf's great. I
Hits
Yep.
every time.
Does.
Mine is Home Alone, the original Home Alone. The second one is okay if you're in the mood for it. It's good, but like the first one, you got to watch it. What do you guys think?
The Die Hard movies. The
I
first
knew
two.
someone was gonna jump in there with that.
Here we go.
First two.
And
Right?
just as you said it, Jason Spector said, "Is Die Hard a Christmas?"
Die Hard. Sure.
Bruce Willis said that it's not a Christmas movie; it's a Bruce Willis movie.
That's right. He did say that.
Because he's bigger than Santa. I don't know.
I'll say, you know what? I'll give a newer recommendation, and I'll say, if you have HBO Max, check out 8-Bit Christmas with Neil Patrick Harris. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
Much better than I thought it would be.
Cool.
Is that old or new?
That was from
Came out
last year, I
last year.
think.
Yeah.
I
Came out a year
checked it
ago.
out last year. It was good. It was like a little bit of like a Christmas story kind of a vibe to it.
Yeah. It's like
But
a
very,
story
very
within
cool.
a story type thing. Yeah, where Neil Patrick Harris is telling his daughter the story of how he got his Nintendo, or like the Christmas leading up to when he got his 8-bit Nintendo.
Yeah, it's set in the 80s, obviously. Very silly. Steve Zahn plays the dad, Zane, however you say his last name. I really like him. He's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
And
We
the kids
checked
are
out
good,
the
too.
we checked out the Santa Clauses, the Disney Plus series that started last night. We watched the first
Oh, yeah.
2 episodes because Colleen's
Oh.
a big Santa Claus fan, and they were like showing them on Freeform, and then we checked out the new show. And it started off interesting, not bad, so we'll see where it goes.
I'll have to check that out.
Cool.
I hadn't
It's
realized
crazy
that was
to-
out yet. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
all
the
this
first
stuff
3
they're reviving.
episodes. Yeah, everything is.
Yeah, well, even the Christmas Story movie, they have I'm not sure if it's a sequel or exactly what, but there's like the
Yeah.
new one of those. I definitely want to check it out. I don't know if I'll how far I'll get.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm interested. I would say
They just did Hocus Pocus 2. They just did
that too.
Disenchanted.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of these sequels and stuff of things that are 20 and 30 years old. It's pretty far-fetched. I mean, even the Top Gun sequel that was out over the summer, right? I heard it was amazing. I didn't see it, but it was like my son's telling me I got to watch it. He said it was great. So yeah, everything old is new again.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
It's the never-ending story.
Next thing you know, they're going to revive Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
One of these days.
One of these days, they'll put some money back into that old thing.
I just saw the trailer for the new Avatar movie. You haven't, when was the last time you saw that in, theaters? The original. When was that? I don't even know how many years ago that was, but like,
Way of
there's
the
like
Water, right?
3 new ones coming. Yeah, the trailer looked pretty cool. I'm interested, but those movies are gonna have to pull me in story wise, because I know they're gonna be visually amazing, but I don't know. I need, I hope there's a good story there. That's what I'm.
The actress in Way of the Water, in the franchise, says that if the second one resonates with you, then you won't believe your eyes when you see the third one.
Interesting. Okay.
I feel like that's a warning. It's something you would say when, like, if you can get through the second piece of crap, then the third one. And I don't want that. I hope that's not the case. Because
There's only like how many more coming? 4 or 5 of them.
You should never, ever, like, do that, to do anything that's even a neutral comment to the one that's about to come out. Just don't say anything.
And this movie's runtime is a little over 3 hours, right? So just suck up that 3 hours and 10 minutes, and the next movie's gonna blow you away.
Yeah.
It's, I think 3 days long. I think it is 3 days.
Yeah, well, it is James Cameron, right? So he's gonna take 30 years to make a movie, and it's gonna be amazing.
He filmed it on location on another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so surprised at this point. That's why it took so long. I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. I was like, they were talking about, like, there's an article came up. It's like, this actor is upset, saying that he won't be in 5. After this filming this thing in 4. And blah blah blah. And I go, what are you talking about? I go, what am I looking at? Future news?
Seriously.
Yeah, really.
You're planning like 9 movies ahead.
Yeah. He's like, forget. Hey, listen, I want everybody to boycott Avatar 17. Let me tell you something. 17's bullshit. He goes, 18 is where the real money is. What are you talking about? He leaked it too.
Could you imagine, like, if this movie like bombs and they never release the rest of them? Now with all the streaming services, they just put them, they put them somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? That first one just obviously did so well. They just needed to do everything. I think he got so excited that he's like, I'm going to go nuts, and he went nuts. And now I'm hopefully it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. I love the first one.
Yeah, he doesn't miss very often. He's a good filmmaker. I mean,
Yeah,
Got a good track record there.
very good.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles Morrison said the new Avatar movie has The Rock and Kevin Hart in it.
Is that true?
Well, you throw Chris Pratt in there, and I'm all aboard.
It's every part. Kevin Hart plays every character of the movie. And then Chris Pratt jumps.
Oh man.
We're here, jabronis. We've made it. Hilarious. So let's talk about on a sadder note. The Green Ranger died. Jason David Frank died. Who here was into Power Rangers at all?
Not
I was
really.
not. I was not at all. I think I was like a year or two too old for them. But I remember when they were on because I was kind of like, not coming home and watching those shows anymore. But they were on right at that time when I was cut, but in like the early mid '90s, whatever it was. But I started watching them on Netflix with my kids a few years ago, and I watched that whole, that crazy 6-episode opus of Tommy the Green Ranger being
Right.
like the baddest villain, and then he becomes this super mega Power Ranger hero. And I was like, that was pretty cool, and my kids were so into it and stuff. And then, yeah, I started like following a little bit here and there a bit from that point on. Like that first season's like 50 million episodes, and we watched the whole entire season with that cast.
Nice.
So I got a little acquainted with the guy. So yeah, sad to hear that he passed away.
I watched the first season. I was like, I too was at the age where it's like I was getting too old, but it was also on, and I also used to love Voltron. So I was like,
Yeah.
why is nobody saying this is Voltron? Because it's clearly Voltron.
It felt like a
And-
ripoff of Voltron. Like it was like offensive.
Still to this day, no one's talking about it. I guess no one cares.
No one's talking about it.
If you say Voltron to a kid, it's like a big Power Rangers fan. They'll be like, "Oh, really? What's that? Is that like this show?"
Every kid that Tony meets, he walks up to them and he's like, "Do you guys do Voltron is the same as Power Rangers? You guys?"
So, I mean, if you can't find me at a comic convention, just me going like this. Anybody?
You're like Mugatu.
I
and
like
Hatred of Gary
Voltron.
Zoolander.
I like Voltron better than Power Rangers too, but it's different, isn't it? I mean, don't they aren't they more like martial artists, the Power Rangers, than the Voltron people?
Oh, yes.
Right? I mean, they had
Yes.
cool.
You found the big difference. Yes. There.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And that-
Yeah, also, Damien, they were
Sorry.
live action. They weren't animated.
Yeah, well,
Really big difference.
yeah, exactly. That too.
You don't see any other major similarities between these two franchises. New Windows.
Oh man, there's no live action Voltron. We need that. How come we don't have that yet? Michael Bay, I'm talking to you.
That would be phenomenal.
Right? Like, where's that? I want to see that.
You'll probably get. What's going to happen? You're going to get Power Rangers
It's gonna
before
happen
that
now.
happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we've got
We have
tons
it.
of Power Rangers. There's
We
a
have it,
million
guys. It's called
Power Rangers.
Rangers.
Yeah, there's so many Power Rangers shows
there's
and
30
series and
seasons of it.
movies and stuff. There's plenty of
watched-
that.
I watched how it was made for Power Rangers, and it's great. It's a great story. They go over Ninja Turtles in another episode, and He-Man another episode, and they did the Power Rangers. How it was sold by Sabian, and just trying to get it going. They bought the rights to the stuff, and obviously they had to make everything fit because it was a different language. It was I guess Japanese, and then just them working the stories out to try to make it fit. Because basically, it's basically like what's the kung fu movie where the guy overdubs everything? Fist of
Kung
Fury.
Pao.
Kung Pao.
There's a whole,
Kung
yeah,
Pao.
a lot
It's
of
kind,
them.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like that. They
That's
just had to
probably the one
take
you
whatever they
said.
could do, make it work, and then they would, work out the stuff in between. So
Yeah, as a teenager, I remember that was one of the things that drove me crazy about that show. Was like, all the villains, Rita and all them, they were like clearly like not even speaking English, and it's like they're dubbing over their voices, and like the sequence at the end, like talk about a formula for a Hallmark movie. Every episode of Power Rangers is like they have
suit
that
up.
whole like sequence where they're gearing up and the Zords or whatever are coming together, and it's like legitimately the same piece of footage in every single episode. I was like, these guys are geniuses. Whoever made the show, they're probably using the stunt actors from the Japanese series in the suits half the time, and they're using the same, like they're probably filming like 8 minutes per episode of actual new content. They're just pumping the show out.
Just yeah.
Nathan says, "Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers crossover?" I have not, and I instantly want to see it.
No.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I didn't know that
Yeah, it
existed.
sounds pretty like a pretty natural thing. I remember when I was younger, it was a similar thing. Like I was kind of like just getting too old for Power Rangers, but like I had a friend who was like, no, like you got to check out the Green Ranger. The Green Ranger is cool. So like we sat down and we watched like a few episodes together, and like whenever we would hang out like once a week or like once every other week, like we would watch like an episode or two, just to kind of like see what the Green Ranger was doing. So like. I don't have much
With the Green
exposure.
Rangers do.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
he's like, no, like he's not like all nerdy like the rest of them. Like the Green Ranger's cool. We should watch for the Green Ranger. So
It's like rooting for the Green Knight at medieval times.
yeah.
He's like the
I love
badass
medieval
knight.
times.
What?
I love medieval times.
Great. We should go there one day. Let's just go.
We know we should. I went to
Okay.
medieval times for like my 20-something's birthday.
We
That's
should
cool.
stream an episode from there.
Oh. Every time I'm
Episode from
supposed to
Medieval
go there,
Times.
something happens and I don't get to go.
Is medieval times like all around the world, or what's that?
There's all sorts of, well, I think there's a lot of medieval times, but there's also tons and tons of different shows that are different themed. Like there's a pirate one that me and Dan went to in Disney
Oh
World.
yeah.
Yes, that's,
That
the
was
steam
fun.
actually knocked me over. Remember that?
No.
They had us all set up in this area about the side of like this big ship. It's like a big galleon ship in the middle. So I'm staying somewhere and I'm getting tired. So I get up a little bit. I lean over this huge 1.5 foot round pipe, which I think is just prop. And then all of a sudden something goes off. It goes, "Whoa!" And then the steam shoots up like 20 feet in the air. I go flying back. And that's how I lost my leg.
Wow.
That's how that story ended. No.
I think somewhere like I don't know. I want to say like South Carolina or something like that. There's like a North versus South type
Yes.
of show too. Like
Wow.
like a Civil War type thing, which like
Yes. There's a Civil War one too.
I guess they
Yep.
force half the crowd to cheer for the South. The
Well, if it's in South
Confederacy,
Carolina, they're probably just cheering for the South.
Yeah, right.
The evil North. There they are. Okay, Andor has just finished.
Oh, so good.
I think me and Damien, we'll just do a quick comment on this. For everybody who's watching Andor, I won't spoil it for Dan, but overall, I like the series. I think it was good. I think they were trying to talk about like how much viewership it's getting or not getting. I think you can't compare it to Mandalorian and to Obi-Wan. Like, if this is what you wanted to watch and you were into it, I think you're into it. Like, it's one of those deals, right? So it's basically all about the birth of the rebellion, and
It's different. It's got the same kind of tone, that as Rogue One. It's not your typical,
yeah,
swashbuckling comedic Star Wars. It's different. It's got like a darker, more serious, slower pace to it, all that stuff. And I thought it was great, but it's not for everybody, clearly, because once again, we have, much of the fan base is split on whether they love it or hate it. And, that's fine. Whatever people want to like, this is cool. But I liked it a lot, for sure.
So
Can't
before,
wait for the next season. Sorry.
yeah. Also, my brother keeps telling me that there's a Star Wars movie coming out next year that he keeps saying, "Oh, it's going to be great. It's coming." And I was like, I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Did he have any more for you? Like,
Sure, I don't
No,
know.
he had nothing else to offer. He's like, "It's a Star Wars movie. It's coming out. It's like next year."
I think they're doing a new Ewok movie. Speaking of things that fell off 30 or 40 years ago, I think they're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, Ewoks.
You know, like they were like, "We're doing Willow.
I'm
That's
into
it."
the Ewoks.
Well, you know what we're gonna do on Star Wars Land? We're dig deep
I'm
here.
down.
What do I come
I'm
out
happy with that.
Oh,
I'm down.
Ewoks.
A career
Ewoks are
renaissance for Warwick Davis.
yeah, that's Disney Plus exists for Warwick Davis now.
Yeah. They're going to buy the rights to Leprechaun next.
I want to see a Leprechaun Willow crossover.
Oh,
I would
cool.
love it. Yes.
Poor Dan.
He should be able to transform into the Leprechaun when he needs to fight bad people.
I would assume he can, right?
Why not? He's a wizard.
Sorcerer? Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's make that happen. Warwick, Leprechaun, Willow,
Just-
Quicksilver.
Make
Got
a
it.
note of it. All right, cool.
Dear Bob Iger.
Oh yeah, Bob Iger is back at the helm of Disney, which is interesting. I
Welcome
saw
back.
a rumor, which I don't know if it's true, saying that Apple is going to purchase Disney, but it's
Really?
probably just that right now, just a rumor. But I think they were not happy with his successor, and they wanted to bring him back. And you know, he was there for a lot of transitioning, so maybe they, you know, who knows what's going on? Any ideas?
I don't know.
No, I mean, I was talking to my wife about it yesterday, and the one thing that she had heard was that apparently, like, people weren't too happy about who was the other guy, Bob Chapek, who was ousted. Yeah, apparently, they
Yep.
said like he wasn't the best marketer. So, like, you know, my wife went with our younger daughter to go see Strange Worlds, like the new Disney animated movie that came out over the weekend, and apparently, like, it didn't do very well at the box office. So I you know, apparently, like, this was a part of the whole thing from what we were talking about. Like, he just was never a good marketer, and this movie over the weekend is like kind of a big example of that. And they I guess they thought Iger could come back and, I don't know, do his thing where he just kind of buys up the rest of the world again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in a weird time for everything right now. I feel like even like with TV and with video games, it's kind of strange because video games, I feel like, and obviously, Damon, you could let me know if you feel differently, but I feel like that there's no real big games coming out for a very long time since COVID. I want to say, you know, even consoles kind of came out, and then they got the rug pulled from underneath them, and then they're out, and it's still like it still feels like new to get the new Xbox Series or the
Yeah.
PlayStation 5, and but
Yeah.
I went on a couple of times looking up for different games and such, and I feel like it's been kind of weird. And
It is a weird time. I agree, and it feels like there hasn't been like real, you know, like big titles coming out that are, you know, sort of highly anticipated, things like that. I don't know. Maybe I've missed something, but
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying.
And I feel like with TV, we're getting a lot of content, more content we've ever seen before. But again, it's like they're just pulling everything. Like we've known for how many years does everybody just keep repulling old content and making it new? But now it feels like that. It's like that with TV, you know, with the birth of all like the Disney Pluses and Paramount and all that kind of stuff. Is we're just getting rehash central, and then also with video games, we're just seeing like I see a lot of indie games come up. It's almost like I want to say, I'll wrap this all up with one thought to say that it's almost like new ideas are on hold for everything. We only want more of what you have, and that's where it's like, and it's kind of annoying a little bit, you know, like from a lot of perspectives.
I think that can only go for so long before people really start thirsting for original content and, you know, original things, you know. And I don't know. I hopefully we'll swing back that way. Jason had a good comment about the new God of War. I know that was actually really anticipated. I know a few people playing that. So
God of War, is that a new series?
well, no, that's just it. That's an old series, but a new game. So I know, just like what you're saying. I know.
What?
And isn't there a new like Pokemon game too? I believe so.
Oh, Pokemon! There's a new budding.
I know. I know.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Don't be fooled. It's
Yeah.
all the same idea. Over and over.
I mean, you know, what are the highest grossing movies at the box office? You know, like they're all Marvel movies. They're all movies with established characters, sequels. You know,
No,
like
that's what-
if you know if studio is gonna take a chance with a new movie, like they would rather put the money into something that's already established and that has a following. You know,
Right, of course, and it makes sense. I mean, you're taking comics, you know, that were out, you know, so many years ago that now you pretty much have the grandchildren with their parents and their parents all interested in the same thing. That's where the money is. That's where you're gonna make most of your money, right? But yeah. So yeah, it's just weird. I just feel like we're just in a weird. I guess creative wise, we're in a weird spot. The internet is probably a good place to get new content from people in different ways, and hopefully that keeps getting better, and hopefully we kind of return to newer content on the bigger stuff too. And before, you have Marvel and Disney and do all this kind of stuff, and before Catherine mentioned Black Adam, and Black Adam is kind of not even doing great for what they wanted to do. I think it reached 378 million. I think that last saw it at, and I think they're rejecting 500 million, and they're upset with that. So,
What was the? Do you know what the budget was?
I don't. I could look it up.
So many superhero movies. So many.
Yeah, I mean,
And I feel like DC just keeps getting the bad end of everything. Like they're just always 2 steps behind.
Yeah.
And
Well, they are. They've been behind from the beginning, like you said, Tony. And again, Black Adam is riding on I think more on the star power of The Rock than it is on the character of Black Adam. Because I don't know a lot about Black Adam. He's not one of the guys at the forefront of
Right.
DC. So, I mean, they had Shazam was really good, Aquaman was really good, Wonder Woman the first one was really good. They haven't capitalized on some of those since. They haven't brought Henry Cavill back as Superman in years, so it's strange when you have those characters kind of looming, spinning in the wind, and you're like, yeah, let's get Black Adam out there. That's important.
right. So it says here that it costs 195 million to produce. And if what I saw was correct, they gave. I don't know if that was if I was reading it. I read a couple times, but Dwayne Johnson might have made 67 million. Which if
Damn.
that's true,
Jesus.
that's a lot. So that's what it looked like it was saying. It's
Weird. Like you wonder how they measure success.
Yeah.
If the budget was, what did you say it was about 175 million?
195.
195
million is how much to produce, and I think they're at like 378.
If it's projected to make 500 million, they're projected to make whatever 300 million dollars, and they're upset with that. That's insane.
Yeah. Although they're looking at Marvel money.
I mean, I think it's a state of the world.
Yeah.
That's out of control.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. But Catherine, you liked it? What would you give it, Catherine? 1 to 10. Look like you're muted. Look like you said 5.
I would give it an 8.5. I really liked it.
Wow.
8.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also saw it with an 11-year-old, so I feel like it was like more exciting. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you see it with like a younger kid, you're like,
Yeah.
we're the only one in the theater, so it was kind of cool.
Oh no.
So yeah, but I liked it. I did kind of not like that it was The Rock though.
He
wow.
said
It bothered me.
he's like, this is gonna be the biggest movie of my career. Excited, blah blah. When he said that, I was like, I don't believe that. I don't know.
Like it is because he's in so many other things that like just seeing him as like he's trying to be like this like big character. I was just like, no, like it's hard to almost unidentify The Rock with The Rock and see him play like and
Right.
try and be like a
Right.
superhero or something.
Yeah.
else.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's that's the thing with action stars, because like Jackie Chan, for example, is like huge. Jackie Chan, you want to see his movies, and he's so big in China, it's ridiculous. And a lot of action stars, it's them in other movies, and Rock has that action star appeal when like, oh, it's The Rock in a movie, instead of the other way around when you have just the movie coming out and then the actor's going to play, and that's what it is. So you're right, but he's so big that you kind of have to try to turn off the switch a little bit and say like, this is a different character, because it does feel like it's The Rock every single time,
Yeah.
just in a different movie. At least that's how I feel. Do you ever guys watch? Don't you feel The Rock's personality first before the character he's playing?
Yeah. I mean, I
Most
think
of
if
the
you,
time.
yeah, I think like you say, especially with action stars, they kind of like, obviously they're all jacked up and You know, I think they kind of rely on their own identity more so than like, you know, getting lost in a role like a Daniel Day-Lewis or something like that. You know, like did we love Arnold Schwarzenegger for his acting chops, or did we love him because he was just Arnold Schwarzenegger in every movie that he was in? You know,
Can't be both.
I'm not looking for anything else.
I feel like we'd still love The Rock though, even if he weren't Black Adam. Like, I also feel like in these like superhero movies where you're trying to create an iconic character and like an identifiable character, you should almost like give it to somebody who's not in anything yet. Because like if you want it to be like, oh, Black Adam is like the superhero, like then make it be like a new person. You know, no one's gonna be like, oh, now when I see The Rock, I'm gonna think of Black Adam. Like, no, you know, it's just gonna be another Rock movie. So they could have like made it somebody else. And now when they want to put Black Adam in another, like a cameo in another movie, they're gonna have to hunt down The Rock and pay dumb money when they could have just made like the normal average guy a normal amount and made like it his own character almost, and like started building a brand off of this new Black Adam character instead of just The Rock.
It tells you that they're trying to like pull some weight in, you know, to say like, look, The Rock is now a part of the DC. That's what it was.
Yeah,
like you're saying, like they did that with Henry Cavill. And when Henry Cavill came in, he was known, like people knew who he was, but he was nowhere near even close to being at this level.
And that's what Marvel did with all their guys except for Iron Man. You know, none of them were big stars. Now they are, but you know, those guys. That's what
I'm saying. DC should do, like, just get it somebody that's not a big star, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they did in the beginning. I agree with Tony. Cavill wasn't a big star at the time. You know, that guy who played Batman, Ben something. I never heard of him before. So
Ben Affleck. Yeah,
but I mean, it kind of is different. Like if you do grab like more of an actor's actor, you know, to play a role where it's like, you know, like you get Heath Ledger playing the Joker, and like he can kind of, you know, become unidentifiable when he's playing a role. It's, you know.
Well, look, I don't know a lot about Robert Pattinson, but people gave them a hard time for putting him in the Batman role. I mean, I know he's the guy from Twilight. I've seen parts of those movies, but you know, I really can't tell you that I've seen a movie with Robert Pattinson in it prior to the Batman. I thought he was fine.
Like, he was in, everyone knows him as Twilight because he was in Twilight when he was nobody. So now when you think about Pattinson, you're like, oh, Twilight. That's what they should have done with Black Adam. So you're like, oh yeah, Black Adam. Not, oh yeah, The Rock as a superhero.
I see your point.
Yeah.
But I did really like the movie though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I still to see that in Black Panther. And then we have the next Avatar coming out. I think it's December 14th. So that'll be on its way as well. So last thing, if anyone is on TikTok, there's a huge surge that's going on with video game streaming on TikTok now. It started off with the original Ninja Turtles, and now I see a lot of Final Fantasy going on like crazy. People are like, it happens in waves too. People just start playing different games. How do you guys feel about all the retro gaming going on in TikTok?
Which Final Fantasies are they playing more? Some of the more.
7 comes up a lot. 7 was remastered recently, so they're doing that one. But I have seen the original Final Fantasy from Nintendo, original one in America, and then I saw 3 American version up a lot, and it's just more and more. You usually see one, and someone else does it, and someone else does it, and they start playing it. And now, like every time you go on the feed, like people are just playing Final Fantasy, you know, which is so interesting.
It's wild that they're getting a lot of people to watch it too. I mean, that's
remarkable. You know, it's remarkable with the technology with the technology of the kind of games that are out there now, that kids, my son included, like are out there watching these old school games, or even like the newer games that are made with like those low graphic qualities and stuff like that. It's like, why would you want to play a game like that in this day and age, much less watch other people play? It's lost on me.
That's me too.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's like a nostalgia thing or just a curiosity. I have no idea, but it's a unique thing. I've noticed it a lot in my own house. So
I know it's a big game for watching and not playing is Minecraft.
Yep.
And tons and tons of kids at the right age. You go over to the house or the parents, you sing hello, and you see the kid, and the kid's sitting there like this, and he has Minecraft open on one screen, and on another thing he has Minecraft, like the just playing. Somebody else is playing it, and he's like this. And I remember, I don't know what it was, but I remember it was like 6 months ago. I was doing something for a video game I was playing, and then someone else was I was I don't know, I can't remember which game it was, but I remember I caught myself watching someone play the game, and I had the game up, and I went up doing it. I'm watching the game instead of playing it, and I was like, well, I said, what do I feel right now? I was like, it is kind of, in one sense, it's like, I guess you're curious what they're thinking in the parts of what you would do, and I don't know, like this. I guess it's hard to explain, right? I don't know. But
Yeah.
not that I would do it every day. I did it once. Not every day, like watching the game and barely playing it.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Right.
It is weird.
We got to set up the streaming room in the studio.
Party
When we all quit our jobs, we could just sit around and stream retro games all day.
Yeah.
Oh man,
TikToks on
I'm
the
in.
party barn.
Yeah.
I'm in. So
Some
that's it.
RBI
That's what's
baseball.
happening. RBI baseball. Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody was doing RBI baseball the other day too.
Really?
Yeah. It's a guy who rotates games though. People suggest games and he rotates them.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah. RBI baseball is like me and Dan's favorite Nintendo game. For anyone who knows it.
I remember that. I remember in like 1996 or whatever, like hanging out with my buddies, and they were playing the original Resident Evil on PlayStation, which was like new at the time. And to me, I was like happy to watch them because I was terrible at games like that, still am. And it was like watching a movie to me at the time, like the story involved in it and the quality of the look of the game for that time. It was like, oh my goodness, this is like so much cooler than any video game that I've ever seen. And I mean, it's ridiculous now, but at least for that period of time, it was like it was pretty advanced game. So I can't imagine like watching that now, or like going to watch someone play Qbert for 4 hours. But kids will do what they want to do.
Yeah. Yep. Nathan asked have you tried Dungeon Minecraft? I have not, but I wanted to. I always wanted the problem with Minecraft when I play and I enjoy it, and is I play and then I get to the point where I fix up the house, I start going deep down and getting some more stuff, and then I get to a point where it's like I don't really want to fight the dragon or I want to even look for him, and I really just want to play like something else. So then we get to a point like me, Damien, and Phil will play, and I'll be like, let's do a thing where like we all have our dungeons and we're trying to like beat each other up and find something, and then we usually stop. that's the flow. So if Dungeon Minecraft does that, then that's great for me because I need the next thing. What am I going to do next? How many pigs and cows can I make in my yard until I'm just bored? So they're talking about Battletoads. Battletoads was a great game. Battletoads Double Dragon. You can't mention one without the other. So that was great. I don't know
We've
who
been playing
thought of
that
that,
for a
but
long time if we play Battletoads.
I never beat Battletoads.
I don't think many people did.
Nope.
No, why? Because it's really hard.
Yeah, Battletoads is very hard.
You make me want to. You make me want to play it. Try to beat it. You know what game I could never beat? Ghosts and Goblins.
Another very hard game.
And I don't understand
Notoriously
anyone who
difficult
can.
game.
I don't get it. I love hard games, but I cannot understand how you beat that game. It's crazy to me. Gauntlet, Charles. Yep, Gauntlet. That was a big game. Yep. Me and Todd played Gauntlet recently. Somewhat recently. Yep.
Oh, you guys play games together?
We played at that that thing we went to in Jersey, Asbury Park. Of course, we played like a competitive version where you try to kill each other out. You start running out of food, so you try to push everybody else into the bad guys.
Oh,
Yes, the Yestercades we went to. That was
yeah,
fun.
I understand.
Yeah.
We should also stream an episode from Yestercades.
Yes, we should go have an episode from Yestercades. That's what we should do.
Let's do it.
I agree with you. That's what we should do.
Sounds fun.
That'll be fun.
That's me saying your idea and saying it and going, oh wow.
Oh wow, she does have good ideas.
She's like, let me just say it again and make it sound better using my voice.
my idea. I've said this to Tony a ton of times, but like I want to like, and again, this is when like we all quit our jobs and just in fantasy world, just hanging out at the studio all day. Like we just have a room where there's just like physical games, ping pong, pool, Jenga, like every system in there. And it just streams. There's just a camera there where it's just streaming 24/7. And it's understood. If you walk into the game room and you're playing a game, you're streaming it, and everybody can just watch us play.
Cool.
The hell
I like it.
Just keep playing. Walk in and keep playing.
You think people want to watch that?
Nah. I don't care.
Maybe.
I do.
They may. Play ping pong? I think they'd watch our ping pong games.
Oh yeah.
If you have people on camera, maybe it look exciting.
Yeah.
That could be good. Okay, guys, so that is it for Nerd News. We went over a lot of things today. Guardians of the Galaxy's holiday special. Christmas movies, which ones are out? Don't watch the one with Lindsay Lohan. It's terrible. Or watch it so you can understand how terrible it is. The Power Ranger died, unfortunately. We talked about, was it Jason David Frank? Was his name?
Yeah.
I believe
I
so.
get his name wrong. Andor just finished up. That was pretty good. Bob Iger is back for Disney. You can check that out and see if you think that's good or bad. Black Adam at $348 million on its way to unhappiness for DC Universe.
Huge
And,
disappointment.
Yes,
Oh.
and TikTok, as before, streaming lots of video games. A lot of games are getting rebirthed because of TikTok. The people starting it up, so that's interesting. And that is your nerd news for today. Thank you for watching that, guys.